Hi everyone, welcome back. Deb here today with a scrapbook layout for you. It's 9 by 12, which is the format that I love to scrapbook in. I am trimming down my photo and I am getting some pattern paper out from the kit. I use this awesome black and white pattern paper for the top of my layout, and I am going to make a huge confetti pocket on the bottom part. I also, the flower pattern paper that came in the kit, I knew that I wanted to fussy cut those flowers out and use it on some type of project that I do, and I will most probably fussy cut a few more of them flowers out and use it in my travels notebook because I really love how this came together. So I'm just cutting out some of the flowers that I want to use, and I will go ahead and fussy cut close to the edges of all of these. I do fussy cut some to put in the confetti pocket as well. And I do only show you a little bit of the fussy cutting. I figure everyone knows how to use a pair of scissors and cut something out, so I didn't want to bore you with all this fussy cutting that I do. So all the flowers have been cut, and I've just grabbed a piece of vellum from my stash. I did measure a little bit off. There's a little bit of a gap between the pattern paper and the vellum, but I'll fix that later on. So just grabbing some punches. I've got the confetti punch from We Are Memory Keepers. The butterfly punch is a Martha Stewart. The yellow punches are from Spotlight, as well as the Fiskars heart punch. And I also use these two little hand punches. One is the shape of a tiny star, the other one is a tiny heart, and they give off the perfect, they punch the perfect little shape for a confetti pocket. So I'm just going to go through all my scraps and punch a whole heap of shapes in, put them into this container ready for them to go. And I just do a variety of all the different punches there, and I will also add in the fussy cut flowers too. And this punch, I'm so glad I invested in it. It is so fantastic to make confetti with. Gives off all different size circles. I absolutely love it. So I'm just lining up my vellum now, and I am grabbing a few paper clips and that to hold it in place, just so it doesn't move while I stitch around the edges. Grabbing my sewing machine, I'm just going to stitch around 3 of the sides of the vellum only, and leave the top open so I can put all them confetti pieces in. So just trimming off a bit of that excess, and if you don't have a sewing machine, you can always hand stitch it or use washi tape to hold down the 3 sides, and that would work just as well. So just getting my confetti ready for the pocket, I put all the little bits in first, and with the bigger pieces I did turn them over. I didn't want too much yellow showing in the pocket, so with the bigger pieces I do flip them around so that that flower pattern paper was face up in that pocket. So I did want to add a few sequins into the pocket as well. I was going to use the purple ones, but decided to go with some gold from my stash instead. And I just popped them in quite messily into the pocket. And now I am just going to stitch the top of that pocket closed so everything stays contained within that pocket. So I did add a bit of that glittered purple washi across that little gap there that the pattern paper doesn't quite meet the vellum, and you don't actually end up seeing any of it really after I put all this stuff on top, so but that's okay. And just adhering my photo down, and then I'm going to fuss about with these flowers for a little bit just to get them exactly where I want them. So I knew I wanted this little cluster to be on the left hand side of the photo there, and I originally thought I might use some of this purple twine from the kit. Then I thought I might use some pink twine from my stash, and then I end up going with some black and white twine from a few kits, maybe last month, the month before. It was in a previous Kitaholic Kits kit. So, and I'm just adhering, these are the ephemera pieces from the main kit, I believe, and I just adhere them together and pop some twine through there. Really wanted to use that wonderful flare that Steph designed and made. Looking at this now, it didn't look that bad where I had it, but at the time I was getting frustrated. I just couldn't make it work. I don't know why, I just couldn't make it work. And I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. My daughter's playing with her little hamster toy things. So if you can hear that, that's what that noise is in the background. And just working on the title now, I wanted to use this together word. The T kind of dipped a little bit low for what it just didn't seem right to me, so I actually cut the T from the word and trimmed that up to make it a bit shorter. And playing around with this cluster again, trying to get that flare to work. I couldn't make it work, but once again, it really didn't look that bad there. So, and I just love that pop of black from the twine that hangs down the page, brings some of that black down the page too. So just use my glossy accents to glue down some of the bits that I hadn't adhered down that well, including the pattern paper. And then I do get some paper and take it to my typewriter and type up some journaling strips, and then I do add them just below the title. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I absolutely love how this turned out. I will have some close-up photos for you in just a moment, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.